Hi, I'm Dr. Alexander Sudarshan of the Eye Experts. I'm here to talk to you about the dry eye syndrome. What is it? What causes it? More importantly, what can we do about it? First, let's talk about allergic conjunctivitis. Allergic conjunctivitis affects your eyes and makes them water. What's most important is that it causes them to itch. When you've got that itch, you just can't keep your hands out of your eyes because it's so bad you want to scratch and scratch. That's allergic conjunctivitis. If it's not itching, it's not allergic conjunctivitis. What do you do about it? The old tried and true methods are the best. Cool compresses, where you take a cotton washcloth and put it in cool or cold water. You can even add an ice cube or two. Place that over your closed eyes and let it sit for 5-8 minutes. This decreases the swelling, decreases the inflammation, and takes that itching away. There are drops. You'll see people use Visine, Nafcon. All of those things work temporarily. They'll make your eyes whiter. They'll take the itching out for a little bit. However, there's a rebound effect where your eyes will get itchier afterwards. So I don't recommend them unless you're going to take a picture or you just need your eyes to look nice for a few minutes. There are some other medications, such as ketorolac, that are effective at decreasing the itching without causing rebound redness. Ask your doctor about what can be done for you. Finally, a note of warning, some people think, I've got allergies, let me take allergy pills. Don't do it. It's not a good idea. Here's why. When you take an allergy pill, the vast majority of them are some form of antihistamine. Antihistamines dry you out like a mummy. That may be great if your nose is running or your head is clogged, but the effect on your eyes is to worsen the symptoms and give you different and worse symptoms. So don't do it. Even though it might sound logical, the net result is not one you want. Let's turn our eyes now to something called keratoconjunctivitis sicca. That's a mouthful. What that means is the classic form of dry eye where your eyes are not making the tears like they should. Well, why does it happen? The best we understand is that your own body has an autoimmune reaction and is causing inflammation in the glands that make water, the tear, the water part of your tear, and therefore your eyes dry up. This is a chronic condition. It's very important that you understand. It's chronic. We don't cure this. We make it better. But most of the things that we have in life, like high blood pressure, diabetes, etc., are chronic conditions. So if we can make it better, that's what we want to do. The classic, old-fashioned, and effective way to treat this is lubrication. But it's got to be frequent and it's got to be regular. If you don't keep at it, then you won't get the effects. It's not a, I feel like putting drops in now because my eyes hurt, I won't do it another day. That's not going to get you anywhere. That's not what you need. What you need to do is lubricate your eyes every morning. That's the first and most important part. Second time, you must do it again at lunchtime. Whether or not you eat lunch, whether or not you have a salad, you need to lubricate your eyes. It is good to lubricate your eyes later in the day, but if you wait all day to do it, you're like somebody who has no lunch and no breakfast and then at 4 o'clock is starving. It's not the way to go. Morning and lunch every day. If you do it more, that's great, no harm done, but you must do those 2 times. And there are a variety of preservative-free or lightly preserved eye drop products available at your H-E-B, Walmart, wherever you like. There is another product I have no commercial interest in, but I like it a lot, called Nature's Tears. Nature's Tears is an unpreserved product, and because it is not a drop, you don't, after putting it, have to do things with handkerchief. In fact, magic. All you do with this is give it a shake, hold it at arm's length, and lean into it. It'll refresh your face as well. I like it because you don't have to clean up afterwards. Completely natural. Some people like it, some people prefer drops. There's no wrong answer to this. Now, what else can we do about this? Well, if you're lubricating frequently and you're not getting any benefit, and we have ways of measuring your tear production, and we can measure how dry or salty your tears are. We have technology to do this. The next step is that we can block your tear ducts. That doesn't sound like fun, but really it's a painless way of conserving the natural tears that you have. And we all like natural because that's the way we want to be. These tiny silicone plugs are basically invisible. You won't be able to see them in the mirror. Nobody else will notice when you go out with them, but they're effective at conserving your natural tears. Okay, so let's say you've tried that and you're still suffering. The next step, if we see inflammation, is to use the classic old-fashioned but very effective steroids. Yep, those things. Steroids are great at decreasing inflammation. However, they're potent medications, and because of that, we don't want you using them on a long-term basis. What we want is for you to use them either originally to get the inflammation down where we can treat it by other means, or if you have a particular episode of terrible redness. There are newer products. Some of them I'm sure you've heard of. You've seen them on TV or in magazines or newspaper. One of them is called Restasis. Restasis and medications like this work by decreasing your body's immune system response. In fact, Restasis is a very dilute form of medication that was developed originally to prevent people from rejecting their kidney transplants. Amazing technology, isn't it? There are other newer forms of medication that work in slightly different ways like this. One of them is called Xiidra. Any of these medications may help you. In extreme cases of dry eye, people who have severe dry eye that doesn't respond to anything else, it's actually possible to make a special form of teardrop out of your own human plasma. We do that at the Eye Bank in San Antonio, and they're able to get it ready for you in just a few hours. Now, have we fixed everything with dry eyes? Do we have all the solutions? Unfortunately, no. The most common form of dry eye is something we call MGD, meibomian gland dysfunction. What does that mean? Your normal eyelid has tears made of water and a light kind of oil, like olive oil. The glands that are supposed to make this are called meibomian glands. Sometimes they can get out of whack. When they're out of whack, instead of making nice olive oil, they're making Crisco. That thick stuff does not help lubricate your eye. It does not help prevent evaporation of your natural eye drop, tears. Instead, it just inflames your eye the same way that if shampoo falls in your eye when you're taking a shower irritates you. Leaves your eyes feeling dry even if they don't look dry. Irritated, like you didn't sleep properly. In fact, that's exactly what it feels like. So step one for us is, what can we do to fix this messed up, out of sync meibomian gland? Well, teardrops are not going to do it. One thing we can do is, we can use a class of medications called tetracyclines. They're very old-fashioned medicines, but we're not using them for their antibiotic properties because this is not an infection. We're using them to change the chemistry and turn that Crisco into olive oil. Now, they're pretty effective. You do have to take them for probably 4 to 6 weeks to see an effect. Once we see an effect and things smooth out, we're able to decrease the dosage, taper them down, and usually get people to stop taking them. What about if you can't take them? You're allergic to them. They don't work for you. Are we out of options? Our next option is we can, under topical anesthetic, use a special device to massage and express those thick Crisco-like contents. The advantage of doing this is you get relief very quickly. So we have a bunch of things that are effective for treating meibomian gland disease. Have we now exhausted everything between the dry eye from tear production failure and messed up meibomian glands? Pretty much. There are 1 or 2 other things that can happen. One is if you have any kind of facial skin condition that affects your eyelids, such as acne rosacea, that needs to be treated. The other thing is some people, particularly those people who have Parkinson's disease, have excess production of protein around their eyelashes. This protein dries, and that dry protein falls into your eyes, making you feel like something's there because something is there. Merely irrigating it is insufficient. We have special products that allow you to clean your eyelids in a smooth manner and remove this debris, this granulations that cause your eyes to feel foreign material, foreign body sensation. We can't cure everything, but we can make things a lot better. Come see us at the Eye Experts in Weslaco and Brownsville. We have same-day appointments. See you soon.